one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story comes to us from thehill.com. The Hill brings us a story. Now, the story is kind of wrapped around or comes from the Tyre Nichols incident. Remember Tyre Nichols out of Memphis, who was beat to death by police officers, and they wrote their police reports, and they were unaware of a video camera that was posted on a pole. It was a city camera, and it was on a pole watching them. The video contradicted their police reports. So we're going to look at this here. There's people who back the blue that say, well, that's their perspective. Okay, that's the police write a police report. They're giving you their perspective of what happened. Don't give me that perspective shit, okay? Yeah, sometimes, maybe. But I don't know how to put it. I've tried to explain it I've done this a few times, this video here, where I've tried to explain that sometimes there's no perspective per se. This is what happened. Boom. And you read the cops police report, you go, well, that's my perspective. Did you have your eyes closed while it was going on? I digress. Tennessee Senate Republicans passed a bill that would undo reforms enacted after the fatal beating of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols by Memphis police officers last year. The Senate bill was supported by the State House Republicans for weeks. The bill is now headed to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's desk, and if signed, it would overturn an ordinance passed by the Memphis City Council and apply statewide. So the original ordinance outlawed some traffic stops for minor violations. The legislation would prevent any local laws on traffic stops if an officer identifies or has suspicion that the person driving has broken a local ordinance, state, or federal law. So basically they're saying it would prevent these traffic stops for, oh, he has a taillight out, or, oh, he ran through a stop sign, but it's no, you know what I'm saying? Spirit of the law versus letter of the law. I think that's what they're going for. I digress. State Senator London Lamar, a Democrat, representing the district where Nichols was killed, called the bill a slap in the face. He said, not only for our city council, but all the local governing bodies in this state, because we're telling them you are not smart enough to decide policies to help govern your own city. Republicans supported the legislation, saying it will help with reducing crime and showcasing examples where law enforcement uncovered violent crimes during stops. So basically, the ordinance prevented these traffic stops where it was just a minor traffic infraction or a local ordinance. And, like, I pulled you over because you had tint on your windows. And, well, Memphis said, no, we're not going to do those stops no more. Now these Senate Republicans are saying, we're going to overturn that. Cops can stop them for anything they want. That's how they uncover crime. So basically, they're giving them fishing poles, and the cops are going to be zzz, zzz, zzz. You know what I mean, right? Do I have to say it? Brent Taylor, a state senator, said it's time to take handcuffs off police and put them on criminals where they belong. The police don't have Look, if you think the police are handcuffed by policy, they don't care. Cops do whatever they want, man. Cops do whatever they want. And they say, just fight it in court. Tell the judge. What do you mean they're handcuffed? Nichols was killed in January 2023. All 5 officers, who are all black, were charged with second-degree murder and civil rights violations in state court. The Department of Justice is conducting a probe into whether Memphis Police Department officers used excessive force or that they employ racially discriminatory policing practices. Now, in that also, I did an editorial. I'm not going to find it, but I did an editorial follow-up on that story where one of the officers came forward and he's rolling on the other guys. He's throwing them under the bus. So he's trying to get a plea deal. He's like, hold on a minute, I ain't going to prison. So they're all kind of, what was it Gene Hackman said in Mississippi Burning? The rattlesnakes are committing suicide. You know what I mean? And what that means is they start just biting themselves. They start biting each other and biting themselves. And they're like, you know what? I ain't doing this, I guess. I don't know. I digress. So the bottom line here, though, is for Tennessee, they want to make it so that cops can pull you over for whatever reason, as long as they have suspicion. But again, window tint, they can walk up and go, I smell marijuana, and it's a pastor who doesn't smoke, drink, or anything, right? That's their big thing. I smell marijuana. They ever say that to me, I'm going to laugh and go, dude, you're out your mind, man.